Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday, which means happy Hot Messy Topics Day. Right after this video, guys, at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, we are going live, Jason and I, to talk all things Bravo and a lot of the drama, well, a lot of the mess that's going on in the Bravo universe. But before we get into that, we're back to talk about Candiace Bassett, who is pretty much telling us how her marriage has been affected by these heinous claims surrounding her husband, Chris Bassett. On top of that, she feels Giselle should be recast, and she's also talking about breaking the fourth wall in her IVF journey and slightly defending Mia, which I found to be interesting. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's no secret that Candiace has been going through it with her marriage, her husband, and everything in between on season 7 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, we're going to be covering a lot of this in Hot Messy Topics today, but I wanted to just get her side of the story because she is talking about this and she's giving us a little bit more of a inside look as to what is really going on. Now, Chris was accused by several of the women for being inappropriate. Giselle Bryant said that he was inappropriate with her at the season 6 reunion, and the story doesn't really match up. She also said that when she asked Chris to get out of her dressing room or whatever, like, I'm not comfortable with you in here, he immediately walked out. So I don't really understand. And then we have Ashley Darby, who at first tried to say, you know, why is your husband sliding into my DMs trying to get me to go to the top of the W? Like, where was your wife? And Robin Dixon sort of debunked that immediately when she was like, well, he manages the restaurant up there. So he also didn't slide into your DMs. He DM'd you. Well, he responded to a story. So then after that, it seemed like that storyline wasn't going to land. And then Ashley Darby brought up the fact that one of her friends felt a little uncomfortable at this spring party, right? Then we have Mia Thornton, who was saying that she felt like Chris kept staring at her the whole time at the spring party. And then, of course, we have editors who they're always going to catch everything. And they ended up showing that Chris was not looking at Mia at all. So all of this is adding up, and I'm sure his wife is looking at it. And we all know Candiace to be a wordsmith. She said, it's been challenging, not in a way that broke my husband and I apart, but challenging in a way that forced us to come together in a way that we never have before. This is her talking to Entertainment Tonight. Just seeing my husband be bewildered and just astonished by such heinous accusations, all for entertainment, has been really hurtful. And knowing that this is not his character, it created a lot of tension outside of our house, but a lot of glue for us on the inside. I think that this is the best way that you can word that because, especially on a platform like The Real Housewives, whether you're on YouTube, a podcast, Housewives, a reality show, it doesn't matter. The moment that you put yourself and your relationship out there, there will be people who will be desperate to rip that down, rip that apart, tear it down, and just use it to benefit off of. Like, oh, okay, if I'm throwing something out there, one, especially in the Housewives world, it gives me a storyline, and two, it takes the heat off of me. It's always the people who have glass houses that like to throw the stones. After Giselle confronted Candiace about Chris, claiming that he made her feel uncomfortable during a private chat after the season 6 reunion taping, Candiace reached her breaking point with the accusations, and she broke the fourth wall with one of the producers, executive producers, Eric Fuller. If this season is going to be about ripping apart my husband, you don't want me here. I'm not going to have it. It's bullshit. If you want that, Michael Darby is available for that. That ass-grabbing mother that likes to actually make people feel uncomfortable, he's available for that, not my husband. Oh, told you, wordsmith. A good reader. Not the one. Not today, neck. Not today, ankles. Okay. And after sharing her thoughts about the narrative being put out about Chris, Candiace told Eric that she expected her fourth wall break to be included in the season. I had to get it out there because I saw the bad acting. It was like a bad Broadway show that 2 people bought tickets to, and I couldn't sit there anymore. And she said that her and Chris were grateful that the fourth wall, the breaking of the fourth wall, was actually aired. Now, although Candiace was able to speak her mind to Eric during production, Chris felt his side of the story wasn't being shared, so he took to Twitter to air out his grievances about the episodes. I don't blame him for looking for an outlet to speak. Unlike the women on the show, he doesn't have a permanent outlet, a platform to speak and defend himself. She said, and in our household, it's very dark, and I supported him in finding a place just to get his voice out, because for him to have to wait, it's torture. She's saying that for him to have to wait until the reunion, it just sucks. And when you have to wait and be quiet about certain things, or you don't want to engage, you really leave that gap open for people to just continue to speculate, or even just use that against you, weaponize it and say, oh, well, he's not defending himself, so there must be some truth to it. You know what I mean? So in certain situations, you have to speak out. And he, I'm sure, also didn't want Candiace to be the only one defending him. And then sitting there, like, it just doesn't. I understand why he took to Twitter. I saw where some people were bashing Chris for going on Twitter and defending himself, and other people were supporting him, but I don't think that it's a bad thing for him to defend himself at all. I think that this was a clear smear campaign, and I feel like we've seen this on Real Housewives of Potomac before. The subject matter that we're dealing with this season is not to be played with. It's not something that will go away easily. It's something that will live in my family for a long time. Now, amid Giselle's allegations against Chris, Candiace called for a recast on the Real Housewives of Potomac, mainly in regards to Giselle. If you don't have anything real to offer the show, maybe you shouldn't be a part of the show. It just feels gross. It feels icky. It feels disingenuous to our show and what our show stands for, which is friendship, family, and reality. It sets women back so far to use this platform like this to lie or embellish or create drama where there should be none. So she's like, goodbye, Giselle. Yeah. Still, Candiace isn't completely opposed to a reconciliation with Giselle. She said right is right and wrong is wrong. And if she can get to a place where she can own what she has created for her own, entertainment purposes, then maybe I can get to a place where I respect her again. But as it stands, I'm not worried about it. She said the same pretty much goes for Ashley. It's not me, it's her. I agitate something in her, and it creates this need, this passion for throwing darts at the Candiace board. And I'm sure one particular moment, just like they mentioned in this article from this interview with Entertainment Tonight, one was when Candiace brought up a whole situation about an alleged male escort. And I'm sure because Ashley has to defend these too, right? Ashley has to explain to her kids when they grow up all of the allegations, the alleged butt grabbing, all of it, right? She has to tell her kids, well, daddy was on reality TV and this was not a good look. Now, she's also sort of defending Mia a little bit, saying, I think Mia is a sweet girl. I think she means well. With that said, I also think Mia is still finding her way on this platform and can get caught up in the popularity contest of it all. I just want so badly for her to just learn that there's power in marching to the beat of your own drum. She gets caught up in the moment, and it doesn't bode well for her. When she said all of this, she kind of ended off the conversation about her IVF journey, and she said, I don't want to spoil it. I won't spoil it. It's been a tumultuous journey. And I'm curious about that as well. Guys, again, we're going live for Hot Messy Topics right after this at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, where we're going to have you guys engage with us in the live chat and further discuss this amongst many other Bravo situations and drama that's already out there. But in the meantime, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts about Candiace defending her husband and her relationship, which I don't think that we would expect anything else, but also calling for a recast and Giselle to be booted. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.